And without doing much, today is a very solemn occasion, and today we are remembering and we're reiterating on our remembrance, and of course, all of the Google messages and also remarks. And I can only add on to that and not actually reiterate my earlier statement where I was talking about the need to consolidate the democratic gains that have come as a result of the very many sacrifices, not just that of my father. Like I always like to mention, he has been the figure, the name of this whole breakthrough, I would call it, right? In 2016, we had a breakthrough. But I like to always recognize the very many men and women who believed, just like, and continue to believe, just like my father, in the dream of a country that has an agency and can realize it. There's nothing other than that, to be honest. And for me, that's one thing I like to reiterate every time. Moving away from that, as I said, is quite a solemn one. And I like to go back to, make a reflection and make this a very solemn occasion. But it's just unfortunate that we are not in a situation like that. We are not a juncture like that, to be honest. Reflecting on all of the other speeches that, all the other speakers, we all have a uniform point that we mentioned. We talked about 10 years down the line, a government that was brought to power by the efforts of all of us, right? But in very decisive ways. We've seen how the 2016 build-up and all the way towards the 2016 election really contributed to giving us the change. It was almost far-fetched for anybody to imagine that we would have had a change, if not for the uprising that happened. And it's so unfortunate that young people, like I was saying today, that young people really had an opportunity, and then all of us really saw like the proliferation of young people getting into politics and also looking at elective positions. But it's really very disappointing that here we are today, 10 years down the line, we have legislators in parliament. Sorry to say, you're full of legislators, but it's just unfortunate that this is where we are. So it looks like we don't really reflect, and we move on very fast from these things. But it's not really again to regurgitate what has happened, the fight for change and all of that. But no, it is about reality. It is about where you pick a country from and where you take it to, the direction that it has to go. I might go on about this, but what I'm trying to say that today and 10 years down the line, the reflection is really on the young people, and the question is, what do we really want as young people of this country, right? We claim to be the most woke people, but we sell our rights. We sell ourselves very short. To who? I don't want to go there. But we sell our rights, we sell ourselves short to very unworthy causes, right? And for me, that is a call for reflection, right? I wish I could have kept this within the solemn realm where I say a big thank you to everybody that came out here to show solidarity and continue to show solidarity, especially the very formidable colleagues of my father, people from the NRP and the other political parties. I remember during the meeting from 2015 down to my father's death, I used to take lunch to the NRP bureau. This is where the interparty was really taking place, the discussions and everything. And I just want to say thank you for your solidarity over these, especially the NRP. But going forward, I think I would also make this a little political to say that we really need to make a change. How it happens, who makes it happen, we need to make a change, right? My siblings are here, the little Sandings and my mom and everything. All we really want is a change, and a meaningful change, not just a change of name, a change of regime or anything. But we want a change where the Gambian is dignified. The Gambian is not put in a position where he has to actually sell his dignity, he has to crawl at his feet, to really feel dignified, right? We don't have to sell ourselves short. We don't have to lie, right? We don't have to be despicable in order to gain whatever the gains are. So it brings me to the last set of words I would use to close this, which it has stayed by me, and this is really from my dad, and it's not a rhetoric, right? He did mention to me not to ever let the pursuit of my own ones bring me dishonor, right? And this is really a reflection I want to, for every young person to really reflect on. Our desires are too many, and they are totally multifaceted, whether political, financial, and whatever. But we should really reflect. They should not really get us out of who we are. I mean, without doing much, I have really a lot to say, but I just want to also say a big thank you to every one of you who really come out to show solidarity. When you come out to show solidarity today, you don't only do it as citizens. Most of the times I like to tell people, my father does not even expect you to say thank you to him. He doesn't expect anybody to be holding this kind of happenings today. But it's because he believes in his own agency, right? He believes in his agency as a Gambian citizen. He believes in his agency as one member, one unit of a whole set that is able to make a change, and that is what agency is. So I want to just enjoin all young people in this country to really look at ourselves as the agents, right? We have the agency, and then we can make the change. And hopefully we will make a meaningful change, a change that reflects the Gambia that our fathers and uncles really went out in those days to die for. They knew Gambia wasn't here, and they went out there, and they died. They died, so today we have younger Gambians who can really express ourselves. Like I said, we really hope that this will happen, and we hope it will happen by the efforts of all of us. I thank you for your kind attention. We hope that we keep the spirit of solution on all the people around.